What does it mean for you to practice the art of hosting? Why is it important for you?
You know, with a world of human beings, 8 billion of us living at the planet right now, we have to learn to live more peacefully, sustainably, and lovingly on the planet. This has been a dream for many, many generations. But at this time, the indication of the unconscious actions of the human race is now showing up. Climate crisis because of our behavior with nature or overdoing so many things. It's becoming more and more obvious that collaboration and uh, seeing a higher purpose than just to be national states or to become rich or to revenge uh, wars that has taken place. All of those things, at least in my view, fall to the side when the human species has brought the balance of planet Earth into danger. We have, and we continue to do so. So, in that context, wouldn't it be great to learn how to collaborate and to lead driven by clarity of a higher purpose together than rather our own individual or nationalistic purposes that we have done so far? It seems like that's the teenage age. If you see the human species as a one one being, we are still in our teenage age, but more and more of us are waking up to the fact that we can grow up, we can be awake, we can be kind to each other, we can use the resources, which there are plenty of. We can, instead of misusing it, there's food enough, there's water enough, all of it is there. There's economy enough. What we, why it's not happening is that we have not yet learned how to share it without stealing it from each other, but somehow collaborate to see, have everybody got shelter, education, water, caring, and basically could live lives that where they thrive. And in my view, we have all the ingredients. The thing that is missing is that we know more and respect our own lives much more. And through that respecting, we can respect each other. And hosting, I have found, is a way of being together. And that if you host being together, a few people step up to take a lead, but not to control people. But the lead is to create a process in which people can meet and talk about what is important, to sense into what are really the purposes that would serve everyone and not just the few, and that being awake and in learning is an art, and we have the capability to learn and to be awake as human beings. Can we focus on that? I have seen peaceful coexistence and creating well-being happen again and again, even with people who have been enemies 2 years before or were in great argument and suddenly began to attack each other. I've seen that when you host processes where those conditions come into place, suddenly peaceful coexistence does become possible. But hosting has a lot got to do with it. And what do I mean by hosting? I mean, be hospitable to the other. We don't need to agree about everything in our thoughts, but can we see the human being in the other blue, yellow, white, black, who cares? We are human, we are alive. That life is what unites us. Everything else is different. And I think if we can begin to focus on what unites us, we begin to practice peace. Can we stop focusing on that which splits us apart? Why do I say this? Because I have seen in life that how nature works is that what we focus on will grow. What we practice, we will become. And when you realize that hosting is not just to hold a lunch or a party, that ability to create friendly atmosphere and invite other people into it and take responsibility for that to be unfolding in a beautiful way can also be taken to professional contexts, educational institutions, governments, everywhere. Art of hosting has begun to show some results on those different levels already after the 20-25 years that somehow in this age it has unfolded, and now we call it the art of hosting and harvesting conversation and work that matters. But in earlier generations there has been similar practices. Sometimes we would call it democracy, or we would call it peaceful coexistence. It doesn't really matter what we call it. The thing is, will it happen or not? Would we commit ourselves and with each other to find a way forward, or are we going to sit and hope that some god from up the sky will come and fix it for us? Because that's waiting for Godot. It's on us. And it's a beautiful time, isn't it? Because, when I was a kid, sometimes I thought, is there something that that would be worthy my very best heartful effort? Now I know what that is. Work for inner peace, interpersonal peace, peace with each other, and creating those conditions where peace and compassion and true respect for life will thrive. Why not?
Thank you. Toke, why did you choose to be part of this training in Karskrona this year?
First of all, I got a heartfelt invitation from the MSLS faculty, my friends there, from some of you students. But I feel actually that when the fruits of the art of creating hosted processes in which human beings can thrive and meet each other in a more awake consciousness, and therefore collaboration begins to flow more easily. It's nice if it happens once, or you can have a high on it. Oh, that was a good conference, or that was a fantastic meeting. But what if that could become the norm? Now, how do you make something the norm that's on the fringes? By keep on practicing, showing good results. The collaboration between the art of hosting practitioners and the MSLS and BHT in Karskrona has shown to want it to exist now since 2010. 13 years ago, we have collaborated and created something. Students have organized, we have brought a team, and then we have done trainings together. And many of you have become practitioners. And so the sustainability aspect of the MSLS program is really, a rigorous leadership training right on the dot of what is needed now. Art of hosting has added to that the ability to host and not be afraid of working with big groups, and it could help implementing some of that clarity and some of that leadership. On the other hand, in my life, the MSLS program, though I haven't taken it myself because I'm too old, I don't need any more education now. It might die tomorrow, but there's something about that rigor and the boldness of both BHT to have that kind of masters, and that whoever runs the master's program and the students that come there are inspiring me. And so I consider being in partnership with this particular art of hosting. I've been part of hundreds of art of hostings across the planet and worked with many, many teams, but something has stuck, an ongoing practice, both art of hosting, the flow game, some of the deeper peaceful warriorship that I practice with people, the art of personal practice as a core leadership capacity is all unfolding on that platform. And as we can see now, as people are beginning to gather, that people coming from not just all many walks of life and many kind of organizational contexts, but also from across the planet, which is very inspiring, isn't it? And maybe we will be 3 generations in the room. And I think, why have I decided to say yes to this is because the context seems to be a place where there's acupuncture point within acupuncture point within acupuncture point. What do you do with an acupuncture point? You massage it. What does it do? It makes life force flow, life energy flow in the body. And then it heals whatever ailment is there. I feel that there is a hidden resource when many generations work together. I have now, I'm still a little boy in my heart, but I've now become an elder. I'm elderly, but I'm also, people are inviting me to bring my life experience uh, uh, and some of the perspective I have in the end of my life to that team. I don't have the energy to be full on with everything anymore, but at least I can offer some of that. Uh, so all of that came together in that invitation, and I'm really looking forward to be back there in 3 weeks, I think it is. So. And thank you so much for organizing it and making it happen, because without organizing it, it won't take place.
Thank you.